Permanent International Court for War Criminals come under such severe threats. Created to put an end to impunity for the worst of crimes, the ICC has stepped up its security system after infiltrations, cyber attacks and threats from national spy agencies trying to interfere with its investigations. Recent publications show that Israeli intelligence agencies have threatened, smeared and intimidated prosecutors and lawyers investigating suspected war crimes committed by Israel in Gaza and the occupied West Bank. Dutch politicians have also demanded an inquiry into the possible involvement of Israeli diplomats.
The Netherlands, as a host country of the ICC and many other international institutions, has a special responsibility to make sure that these institutions can function independently and must be very tough when it comes to this type of intimidation practices.
The ICC Palestine investigation recently led to requests for arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, his defense minister and 3 leaders of Hamas. Palestinian organizations who have been crucial in compiling evidence for this case have also faced serious threats.
One of that is like a mafia ways, death threats. One of that is the calls. One of that is to put, funeral roses behind the door of our colleague in the Netherlands. She was our focal person to the ICC. If she doesn't want to stop her work, she will be disappeared.
The former employee does not want to be filmed. While she continued her work compiling evidence of Israeli war crimes for this court, she says the threats against her became increasingly serious and sophisticated. Changing her phone numbers didn't help because those who were threatening her immediately knew her new numbers. Sponsors of Hague were receiving smear messages, and emails of Amnesty International who were trying to help her were hacked. Meanwhile, she and her relatives continued to receive threats, even abroad. After 3 years of investigating, the authorities closed her case, saying they could not find the suspect. Her former boss is convinced who was behind the threats.
I'm sure that they were in contact also with the Israelis, with the Israeli Mossad or with the Israeli officials.
The threats did not stop Hague nor the ICC from continuing the investigation. In reply to questions from Al Jazeera, the office of the prosecutor of the ICC says attempts by intelligence agencies to get hold of core evidence have failed and their system remains secure. Vaessen, Al Jazeera, The Hague.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.